Okay, I'm ready to go live now. You guys know I'm still new at this, so yeah, bear with me. I finally got my internet connection fixed. Alright, there was a few glitches. I figured it out myself. It took me a little while, but I really decided to just go ahead and click go live because we have so much catching up to do. Like literally, the Ethiopian World Federation has been established since 1937, and we just have so much catching up to do, Like, I said it before, and I hate saying it, but I'm just going to say it again. It feels like the EWF got hijacked. I'm not going to lie. It feels a little, it's giving, it's giving hijacked. Like, I don't know. I've never been in a hijack situation, but we've got a council of 10, and we seem to agree. We seem to agree that we could have been doing more. We should have been doing more. Um, a lot of us know what needs to be done, and we're solution based organization. It's a little bit late, but guess what? I'm going to start it like this. Blessed love, blessed love, blessed love. I am your excellency, Makaba 80 BC. They lied about the alphabet too, y'all. I love saying that because, like, it's so many lies going on. So, anyway, aka Donna Sanford, the Black Madonna. Some people call me Chance. I'm a full blown spiritual medium, a duppy killer, a writer, an artist, an angel, and a warrior in the flesh, speaking to you through the spirit. I am the second vice president of the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, and you are tuned into the Executive Council updates. This corporation was established in 1937 by founding fathers Emperor Haile Selassie, Prince and Dr. Malachi Bayan, and Princess Dr. Dorothy Bayan from Chicago. By the way, let's shout out to her. You know, as for me, I was raised in Harlem, New York, born in Babylon, right down the street from the Amityville Horror House on Halloween. So if you're scared, leave now. If you feel courageous, stay a while. I am here. We are here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. I am your host. So let's talk about what's been going on at the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated headquarters, and let's get this party started right.
Figure the storm would come first. In the midst of it all, for the curve, you still down in recourse. Separate levels of just try it. You'll get wet. The weight is on you, heavily coming through to carry it on. Just try it. You'll get wet. The weight is on you, heavily coming through to carry it on. Treat it like a sandstorm on a desert night, a water well that never dries. I watch the moon shine like earth, wind, and fire. We hot now, 10 toes on the battlefield. They collect on your soul. Never let go your soul, don't you let go. Don't try it, don't get wet. The weight is on you, heavily coming through to carry it on. Just try it, you'll get wet. The weight is on you, heavily coming through to carry it.
Ethiopian World Federation.org. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm still getting it together. But that video went a little bit smoother, than it's supposed to, than it was going. Anyways, I updated my browser. I got a new browser. Um, I checked out a few things, and so shout out to everybody who does this. Who does this live thing. It's not as easy as it looks. So, first, I just really wanted to start off with giving a real moment of silence to our ancestors. Yeah, we need to do that. We need to give a moment of silence to our ancestors really quick. Give thanks. So, in the midst of all that, go lives, the many faces of the EWF, because it kind of feels like we're under siege sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like whoa, like like it's a little surreal with the EWF because the Ethiopian World Federation is well, it's supposed to be so far advanced for where we are now, but we're just giving thanks for being able to pick up the pieces. And I say that because I really looked up to the Ethiopian World Federation years ago. You know, years ago, I was introduced to the Federation through the Rastafarian Church in Cincinnati, Ohio. And, you know, there were big hopes, the land grants, the investing into the land grants, um, the Rastafarian faith, and come to find out, you know, it's 20 something years later that it's just not, a Rastafarian organization. And so, me and, a few other members of the Rastafarian faith years ago at that time, we were a little shocked. We're still a little like bouncing back from the shock of it all. So I'm gonna take it easy with people who thought that, and I'm going to be dealing with that issue, very delicately. I'll just say it like that because this organization is for all Black people. And so now when I am bringing it up to my friends, and I've made friends all over the world, when I bring it up to them, they're like, wow, it's finally, some people are like, finally. And then some people are like, no, I can't be a part of that. That's only for Rastas. And so I had to go back into myself, and I had to make sure that our council was on board with the fact that this organization is for all Black people. And so, how do you define that? How do you define that? Well, first, you have to go back to the beginning and you have to realize that this organization was for um, the connection between African Americans and Africans. And so, and I don't say that because I'm an African born in America. I don't say that. I say that because it's the facts, not made up. Okay, and so there was a little deception. I felt a little deceived a little bit from some of the elders. I was like, dude, why didn't you tell me this? And then I was just like, what's the big secret? And then I heard some people say, well, we knew that, I've been saying that. And so these are some of the things that were said to me. finally, I was very young, when I found out about the Federation, and finally somebody said to me, "Here's the Constitution." And when I read it, it was clearly, you know, well crafted, well written, well spoken, um, a masterpiece to say the least. And it is only for members. And so I encourage everyone to become a member because it is for the benefit of our well being, all Africans, all Black people, all humanitarians. And and there are a lot of tentacles that go along with that. So we're going to be discussing today, um, or tonight, or wherever you are. We're going to be discussing the many faces of the EWF. And I say that because we have so many branches. So many branches. Thank you, Cuckoo, and welcome. Cuckoo is here. Cuckoo is one of our first, our organization or our headquarters, one of our first refugees, and it's been a very difficult road, to dealing with refugees. And in the meantime, over this past couple of years, we've actually uncovered that um, this organization was built to deal with refugees, and we are so far behind. And I'm finding myself apologizing all the time, not for the doings of our ancestors, but for the doings of those that are alive and have been gallivanting around representing the Ethiopian World Federation. And if they are not actively reaching to their neighbor, asking their neighbor, "Do you need my assistance?" Um, Humanitarian organizations do that. People who do have it just in their heart to do, that's what they do. And so we will not accept no for an answer. We will not say no, we cannot assist. We are doing everything within our power to assist. We just don't have much to go on because the people from before have very many faces. They're like almost supposed to be our elders and supposed to be there to assist us and supposed to have it um, in their best interest to do what is absolutely the most they can do in their power to do to help each other, to help their brother, to help their neighbor, to help their the refugees of Africa to overstand, understand, and understand the situations that are going on with people of color all over the world. And we just haven't been getting that. We haven't been getting that energy, from many people. So we are uniting with the ones who have it in their heart and have it in their power to do. We need to know what they're capable of doing. We need to know what they're willing to do. We need to know what they've done. And we need to know, how far they're willing to go in order to assist their brothers, their neighbors, you know, in their own communities, in the international community. And sometimes that requires a resume, If you don't know people, it's like if you're trying to get to know your brother or sister, it's like, who are you? So we've been in that situation for 3 years now. And so we will be moving out of that situation now because I'm going to share with you, you know, um, just how many people have been claiming their Ethiopian World Federation not just members, but leaders, many of them have many faces. And then when you get them behind closed doors, they're kind of just like, who are you? Why am I helping you? Why should I? I don't want to. And closing a lot of doors. And that's giving very infiltration vibes. That's giving vibes like um, corrupt vibes, like it's against the policies of nonprofit corporation law in the United States. It's against the policies of nonprofit um, corporations anywhere. You have to be a humanitarian to do this work. You have to love this work. You have to want to understand. You have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to grow. You have to be willing to assist. You have to be willing to, if you see someone falling, to pick them up. And we just haven't really been getting that. It's really sad. But we're going to just keep pushing because you know what? We've got a great team of people. We've got great staff. We've got actually like people who are willing to do the work. They may not have the money or the resources. And that's what happens within our communities. The people who are given the money are given the money because they don't want to help. I've been spending a lot of time listening to others on YouTube lately, and I've been hearing the frustration in the Black community globally about people who are in the position and calling themselves um, leaders and calling themselves presidents and calling themselves, you know, teachers and everything. And the consensus is that they're really not fit. They're just not fit for the job. So we're changing that. And I want everyone to know that we're changing that daily. We're proving that um, our works are speaking for themselves. We are working with what we have, and we have a lot of love because love is the key. Don't forget about that part. So, anyway, let's talk about. I've got a couple of slides that I really can't show, but I'm going to discuss something that I found. I found so many Ethiopian World Federations. Now, 3 years ago, about 3 years ago, when the pandemic happened, we needed assistance. Africans all over the world, whether you're black and you think you're African, or whether you're black and you think you're Indian, whatever you think you are, if you're a brown person, you're the one I'm talking to. All right? So let's simplify things a little bit, people. How about this? There's so many EWFs. And it's almost like no one wants to take accountability. In the past 3 years, no one has wanted to take accountability for, you know, um, running a corporation. And guess what? You have to take accountability. If you did nothing, you need to stand up and be like, you know what? I didn't do it. Because at the end of the day, we can tell. It's not like a big secret. We all know that black organizations get infiltrated, get paid off to get shut down, get paid off to do nothing. Just look at a lot of celebrities in America. Take that for instance. You've got so many people that have so much money and they never go back to their community to do anything. Think about Africa. It's the same it's the same blueprint everywhere. So, who are the people that are doing that? Is it just our ignorance that we really just don't know, like what's going on, how to run an organization. Are we uneducated to that extent that we just don't overstand, understand, and understand? Like, what's going on? Why is everybody else so successful and we aren't? Why are we arguing? There are certain reasons, I'm quite sure, selfish reasons. Those people got to get put in check, y'all. They lied about the alphabet too, y'all. Like, just be lying, okay? Acting like they're really doing something. They're not really doing nothing. They're not showing what they're doing, and they're not talking about what they're doing because they're not doing anything. So you just gotta watch. You can't pay attention to what people are talking. You gotta watch their actions. You gotta watch how a player plays. You feel me? So anyway, in the beginning, we had done some research and we made very many complaints now. I come from a family of activists, and so we know how to complain. We know how to stand up for our rights. We know how to contact people, how to talk to people, and how to complain. And we're going to be teaching some of you that soon, coming up in the next year, hopefully. Well, we know how to get some things done, and we've got a great staff that's been really getting things done. So, in the beginning, a few years ago, when the pandemic happened, like brothers and sisters needed to explain that we have a really, you know, important DNA to protect. And so we didn't want to get shots. We didn't want to contaminate ourselves. And we wanted to be able to have the choice to protect that. So we went on a fact finding mission looking for all the Ethiopian World Federations and the many faces of the EWF. There were so many, but today it's a different day. So I'll name a few. I might not be able to go through them all, and we can always revisit because, like I said, I'm really new to this YouTube thing. So the first one that came up, anyway, let me just explain this. Let me just put a little disclaimer out there. I ain't trying to, front on nobody. I ain't really trying to tell nobody they ain't really doing what they're supposed to be doing. But look, it's proof is in the pudding. And there are ways to prove, especially when you're a civic society. People take this privacy thing so serious. It's like when you work for the public needs to know what you're doing for the public. So you can't just be like, shh, don't tell nobody nothing. Like, yo, people got these names. Like, bro, it's not even your real name. Like, when you change your name, if you change your name, you change your name. Okay, that's cool. But, it's like, I got a real name. My name is Donna Sanford. I got another name, Macabre ADBC. I already told y'all they lied about the alphabet. Well, anyways, so many Ethiopian World Federations came up. I really couldn't even put my finger on. We couldn't put our finger on because we had so many team members working on finding these people and locating them, and it was always so hard. The names were coming up, like everybody's name was Tafari. Like, come on, everybody's name is not Tafari. All right, everybody's name is not whatever they say it is. You gotta be a little bit more. You have to show a little bit more transparency here, people. When you're working for the people, do you think our president, is like, whether you like him or not, you know his name, right? His real name, you know, and like you down everybody that works for him, you know their name because guess what? You may have to contact them, and you need to know if they're doing stuff for the people. You need to know who's doing it right, who's doing it wrong. You're supposed to have a say so on that. Everybody's supposed to have a say so on that. There's been people waiting for membership with the Ethiopian World Federation for like years. I've even found that certain people were waiting for like 6 years to become a member. Why? Well, anyway, we'll get back to that. So I'm looking today, and anyway, we made a lot of complaints. Put the link in here, Cuckoo, so I can share it too. I want to share. Can you grab the link for the live? I'll share it. Anyways, so there's one in South Africa. It says the Ethiopian World Federation Lionheart Local 74. Who is that? In Western Cape, South Africa? Who is that? All right, let me tell you something. This is a serious thing. I've already explained to everybody in the first one, and I know I'm going to get better at this, but I've explained to so many people already, online, offline, in a lot of different places, about how illegal it is for someone to make up that they are impersonating a nonprofit organization. Now, come to find out, we did so much complaining. We stayed on the phone so much complaining to so many different state attorneys, so many different countries, so many different people, so many different congressmen, so many people, everything. That in 2000, I'm sorry, in 2021, they changed the laws on these organizations. It is completely illegal now. As of 2021, now we got here in 2020, and it's completely illegal now to impersonate a government and a nonprofit organization. There's time behind that. That's a charge. Now it is. How many years did it take? I wonder. You see this? How many years did it take for that to become a charge? How many complaints? How many years on the phone did we have to stay complaining? How many attorneys do we have to get behind the scenes to explain this to and how illegal this is? You cannot, you cannot do that. You cannot impersonate an organization that belongs to an emperor. Like, what is wrong with people? They've been getting away with this for a really long time. Oh my god. Anyway, like I said, there's one in South Africa. Oh, here's another one. The Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. Another one. This one says it's in New York, New York. And guess what? There's another one. The Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. The Michael Local de Martinique Charter NA7. Whoa. Where did you come from? Fort de France, Martinique. Ooh, you trying to say you was the parent organization too? Ooh, y'all gonna be in trouble. Ooh. Wait, so where y'all at now? Where y'all at when the people need you? Wait, hold on. Here's another one. The Ethiopian World Federation Local 2 Foundation Incorporated. Ooh, grant making. Ooh, y'all getting money, huh? Ooh, Los Angeles, California. What are y'all doing? Like, how long have y'all been doing this, and where are y'all when people needed y'all? This is a question. The Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated Charter 12. Let me tell y'all something. This one's in Coram, New York. Where are y'all at? Hold on. I'm so confused by this, and I will still be confused by this, but I have to go live and I have to explain this to people. The Federation was revoked in 2008 completely. There was no Federation. Do you know what that means? That doesn't mean there completely was no Federation. The original organization from 1937 got revoked in 2008 which means that whoever was running these organizations from 2008 all the way up until 2020 until we came and fixed it, y'all owe explanations at the least. But you ain't got to tell me because I'm not looking for an explanation no more. I'm just putting it out there because I really love my people. I really don't want to see y'all really get in trouble like that. But a long time ago, I'm going to tell you something. It happened to me, it happened to my husband because nonprofit organizations are very serious. Like the situation, you won't even know the situation is very serious, and then on top of that, it's like a king's mandate to have this federation. So if you think for one bit that he didn't set it so that people will have to get in trouble for impersonating, which means if you can't operate this federation in the way in which, in the best manner you can, and you cannot prove that you did your absolute best to keep the statutes and the Constitution and the bylaws as a commitment, my dear, well, not only that, it is a very huge violation, lawful violation, that comes with a charge. I remember getting in trouble, and my husband got in trouble one time for operating a nonprofit organization and accepting anything that you accept um, for the federation, or anything that you buy, anything that's in your name, anything that you transfer out of your name, anything that you get in your name at that time, during the time that it's not, um, you know, revoked. Well, it was in a revoked status. Well, from 2008. So here's like a really cool kind of warning where it's like, I'm the sis. I'm just trying to, no, like, you're not supposed to be doing all that. Mm-hmm. You don't know how you gonna act like that because it was a hard time period. It was a very hard time period. I learned a very, very hard lesson. I watched ones go through learning a very hard lesson. I kind of stood by watching and learned. I was very young, but I did stand by and watch and learn that you can't play with governmental organizations like that. So we made a huge complaint about this. Now wait, let me finish. I was at Charter 12. Look, here's another one. The Ethiopian World Federation Melchizedek Order, Local Number 18 Incorporated. Where you at? Henrico, Virginia? Where are y'all? We have a strict mandate to come up underneath the parent organization. And I'm not saying that because we're the parent organization. I'm saying that because this is not my business. This is a business of an order of a king who left it in the hands of African Americans that understood the law that he put it under. Hello? How are you doing? Because where you at when people needed you? That is the question. Because according to corporation law, you have to do everything you can within your power to help your people and to help your mission. And a lot of people try to say, here's what the Constitution means. Here's what the Constitution says. Here's what the Constitution is. The Constitution does not exist without the corporation law, okay, from 1926. But furthermore, the corporation law is updated very frequently, okay? And that law doesn't change. You have to do whatever is in your power to help others, or you just not doing what you're supposed to do. Yeah, and you can't really hide for too long because you done already put yourself out there. I didn't put you out there, but you're out there, and that's the reason why I'm putting it out there even more because I'm looking at it. This one says Ethiopian World Federation Local Number One. This one says Brooklyn, New York. Now, a lot of these people are gallivanting around as if this is just a um, Rastafarian organization when it's not. So let's get that straight. Ooh, look at this one. This one says the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, Local Number One, St. Anne, Jamaica. Clearly, in our Constitution, it says that the local one is located in New York, New York, not Brooklyn, not St. Anne. Yeah. So there's a lot of different faces of the EWF. And we really need to be mindful of those things because guess what? Here's another one. The Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. There's that one again. Fort de France, Martinique. That one again. What is going on? Oh, so they switched it. So what is going on? So let me explain something. Now, let me find out if there's some more. It's a little bit late, guys, but I'm still going to do this because listen, there's so many. Ooh, let's see if we can find some more. Let's look again, shall we? Anyways, I don't see any more on this page, but I saw some more on another page. I know of a couple that they were saying is, hold on, let me find some. Let's see. So let me explain this to you. What I'm going to explain to you really quickly is this. Without the parent organization registered properly, there is no local. And I've been trying to explain this to people, but it's been explained to me many, many times by many different attorneys, by many different people, by many, many different, different attorneys, a lot of different things going on. And it just seems to be like no one is really trying to take my word for it. But that's cool. You know, brothers like to find out the hard way. And I don't like that because I don't like to find out the hard way. I honestly just like to learn from other people's mistakes personally because it's just so much easier to do the right thing when you can learn from other people's mistakes. Because to be honest with you, who wants to be the person who's messing up all the time? Not me. Who wants to be the person that's getting in trouble all the time? Not me, not no more. Sometimes, you have your days, and once you get a certain age, don't you think that you should be sharing with the youth, teaching them better, you know, just actually setting an example? You would think. You really would think. But hey, what are you going to do? So I'm sharing this live. Make sure you like and share and subscribe to the channel from however many accounts you got. Let's get our views up because we need to get this word out. The sad part about this all was that His Majesty traveled the world. And when he came to America, everybody makes such a big deal of when he came to Jamaica. I got a story about that too, but he came to America a lot, and he advocated for us here to advocate for others. And so here we are, not doing what he said for us to do. But anyway, we are doing what he said for us to do. And no matter how long it takes us to get back on track, we are getting on track. We are sharing publicly who we are, publicly what we're doing. Not everything is public because that wouldn't make us a public private organization, but a lot of things are public. A lot of things that have to do with the public are public. Doesn't that make sense? Yeah, that makes great sense. So there's a lot of different, um, what do you call it? What would you call it? I don't want to be disrespectful, but there are a lot of insubordinate is the proper word. It's actually a legal term, and it's true. There's a lot of insubordinate locals, and I'm gonna go down the list of a few more. So let's see. I may be able to find a few more. There's a lot going on, guys, and there are a lot of insubordinate locals. And I say insubordinate locals because it is a legal terminology. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's a legal terminology that means locals that are not properly signed up to the head organization. Okay, so there are proper ways to go about signing up to the head organization, to the parent organization. Obviously, you have to do that properly through the United States where it was founded, and you have to work with the state attorney's office because once the federation was revoked, it was given back to the state attorney in New York. Now, who wants it in the state attorney's hands? Not me. I didn't want that. I'm sure you didn't want that. I'm quite sure a lot of people did not want that. But that's exactly what happened. Yeah, that's what happened. And so we gotta be careful about how we actually operate because there's going to be a lot of um, inquiries into who we are, um, you know, what we're doing, what we're actually doing, making sure that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. Um, and we have a lot of committees. We have a lot of committees that are supposed to be up and running properly and to our best ability. Um, it's also um, very important that it's very important that we are signing people up um, legally and lawfully, and that we are actually um, helping refugees, running these committees, that we have a wide range of people, of Black people, that it's not just for one religious organization. We have to show diversity. Um, and we also have to be prepared for those types of audits. Whereas, from what I'm hearing, the Federation had been in really big trouble before. I'm not sure how true it is, but I do have factual information ago. Um, not sure if that yeah, that's something that we need to be very careful about because moving forward, the idea is to separate from those who have not been doing things properly and aligning with those who are doing things properly and who are fighting for Africans globally and who is keeping a membership base of a wide variety of Africans and actually not closing the door to any humanitarian issue that needs to be dealt with. So, about 3 years ago, we put out this letter letting people know that we are here. This is an old letter. It had some amendments done to it. We had been in and out of appointing different officers that are capable of doing certain jobs and working well together. And that had been something that we had been lacking as well within um, um, very many different executive councils. There has been so many different executive councils, wide range of executive councils. However, no one, not even 3 years ago, not even up until today, has been able to turn in or share a full transparent list of who these executives are, what exactly they've been doing, and it's only right. We deserve to know, the people deserve to know, and we should now be making sure that, you know, we're taking care of what we need to do because we have so many people depending on us. So many. So as we move forward, um, we've got a lot of different EWFs. We've got a lot of different faces of the EWF. We've also got a lot of different um, people who are claiming to be the EWF. And it's been causing a bit of confusion. And as of 2021, it became a crime. So, you know, we don't want to be the bad guys. But guess what? When you run a governmental organization, who cares about being the bad guy when you clean up your community? Who cares about that? Not me. I don't care about that. I know a lot of other people that don't care about that. Cleaning up our houses has become the main priority of the Federation. It has literally become the focus of the Federation on cleaning not only our houses, but cleaning up um, our houses has to be done in order to make sure that we are able to carry out our aims and objectives of this book. The Federation. And if you are a member of the Federation, please do yourself a favor and get into our new database, which is organized. It is a very accountable database. Um, I want you to know that it is very trustworthy, our database. We are doing the work of the embassy, of a black embassy. Meaning, if you need any assistance, especially in America, um, we are here for that. If you need international assistance or you have an international crisis going on, we advocate as Americans um, on this side. We can advocate for humanitarian causes. Okay. And we have been. And if you're interested in finding out what exactly we've been doing, we've been working diligently to take our power back and our integrity, because it is the integrity of the Federation that is at stake. So when we look at each other, we should be looking at each other to lift each other up. We should be looking at each other to make sure that we are doing the work that His Majesty wants us to do. We should be in memory of our ancestors doing the work and upholding the mission of many, many different um, Black organizations that never got to see the daylight. This is a different time. We're in a different time. We're in a time right now where it's important, it's very important to uphold our integrity, to do what the Federation was there to do, and everyone has to do their part. This Federation belongs to everyone. And if you're a member and you signed up years ago, that is not going to get you, it's not going to get you the benefits of whatever we have and whatever we're working on today. Because we just have to get to know everyone. We found paperwork from 1938 that we had 8 million members. And I've got news for you. Not one of them was from Jamaica. Now, I don't know the politics behind that, but we can look into it. But we have receipts. We have receipts. So it's important that we know where we came from, why certain things were not able to go through, why certain things were not um, promoted. It's important that we know. It's important that we know what we're here to do. It's important that we know where we came from, who established this federation. For many, many years, people have been saying, Dr. Malakubaya, Haile Selassie. Now we already know that there's proof that Dr. Dorothy Byron was living in His Majesty's house for quite some time. We don't know the specifics because I really didn't read into those letters, and I'm not sure Council has had a chance to read into those letters. But we do know that, and we do have proof. And Dorothy Byron was from Chicago. Let's be real. He was having conversations with her, and this federation is supposed to be at the status of the Red Cross. We are supposed to be at that status. A lot of people were talking about Marcus Garvey, his relationship with Haile Selassie. A lot of people were talking about Malcolm X and what happened with the meeting with those two with Haile Selassie. We are here today. We have to let those ancestors live through us. And we have to tell these stories in a way that we can carry it on. We have to serve our own purpose today. We know that a lot of organizations built for Africans, built for African Americans, are compromised, flat out compromised. Clearly, they're compromised. Clearly, the African Union is compromised. Clearly, the ECOWAS is compromised. Clearly, these organizations have been compromised. and in a way where they are compromised to the fact that they just make Africans and the global diaspora more separated. And in a worse situation than we were in the 60s. So the Federation is literally one of our only hopes. And if you think that the youth of today is going to let the Federation fall to the wayside, you're wrong. Now let's have a moment of silence for our ancestors. Now I mentioned a few of the Ethiopian World Federation and the many faces of the Ethiopian World Federation, and I know there's so many more because there's so many different websites, but here's one thing you can guarantee that you can know for sure. If two-thirds of that federation is not ran by African Americans, you know that you are not dealing with the federation. For one, for two, if someone is not actively reaching out to you and offering you a helping hand, and if your neighbor says they're down with the Ethiopian World Federation and they don't know that Dorothy Diane is from Chicago and she moved to Manhattan, and they don't know that all these people who were African Americans were working hand in hand with certain Jamaicans and certain people. There was two-thirds, and that's the mandate. Two-thirds of this federation has to be ran by African Americans. And you should look at the works. The works, honey. Pay attention to the works. Because if you don't see the works being done, then you're not dealing with the Federation. And if you are having a hard time signing up, becoming a member, and you are in a stressful situation, or if you're an Ethiopian and you're not getting the assistance that you need, you're not dealing with the Federation, my dear. You're dealing with something else. I don't know what, but there are laws, like I said, and we will cover those laws at another time. But there are so many different faces of the EWF that we should be very careful. And we should use discernment when we reach to these different people and when we are reaching out to them. Please, please use discernment when reaching out to different federations. Be careful. Today we are working with some programs with the United Nations that are assisting us in coming up with better fraud laws. We're also working with certain fraud departments to stop this confusion from plaguing our people. And we had to because our Council of 10 wants to make sure that we're doing everything right and everything possible to make sure that the Federation is no longer hijacked and stagnated by people who are simply using the name Haile Selassie and religious organizations to promote the Ethiopian World Federation because that's just not what it is. It's just not. And there's an imbalance that's happening here. A very big, huge imbalanced. Like the tilt of the scale is way one sided. And we know that it's been compromised globally. And we know that many different fractions of the Federation have been compromised globally. We see this in different countries. We see people popping up saying Federation, Federation, Federation. They even have the Constitution and still don't do what's best for the members and for the global diaspora. And it's not only us that sees it. People like authorities, like investigators, like attorneys, like judges, like it's embarrassing, guys. They see what's going on and they see what's not. And us being these leaders that we are and that we have the potential to be are being scrutinized and we're being mimicked by our local governments because they're seeing us. They know that we are the leaders. They know that we are the leaders of tomorrow. And they're seeing us saying, well, they're not following their constitution, but they're shouting constitution. And guess what? It's a trickle down effect because our local governments are just watching our beautiful kings and queens fall for the okido, fall for it left and right. And I want to tell you today that no more, no more, we're not doing that. The education level of Ethiopia is drowning. The wars in Africa are skyrocketing. There's over 10 million refugees in any given place in Africa at this point. And the corruption within our beloved divine federation has been compromised to the fact that the elders who were supposed to be leading this organization and chanting about Haile Selassie, they can't even teach us how to help the refugees. And I'm here to tell you, no more. The many faces of the EWF are closing in. And the confusion about who is doing right and who is doing wrong, whether they know it or not, it is closing in. And today is a great day to acknowledge the fact that it's not going to happen anymore. The time consuming procrastination that's been going on in the Ethiopian World Federation is hideous. And the ones who have been supposed to be in power have been trying to take over, slowly infiltrating our elders, even infiltrating our elders. And us as the youth coming up cannot let that happen. There are laws that need to happen because His Majesty said it here. I did not set it here. You did not set it here. We didn't have anything to do with it in 1937. It was set here in 1937 with a set of rules and a set of laws masterfully. Is that a word? I hope it's a word. Masterfully. If it's not a word, it's a word now. And look, this was set in 1937. It was set here in 1937. Look at this. Look at this. Just take a look. This is what I said. And you can find it on our website. You see the signatures from old. You see the fact that they stated that it's supposed to be 2/3 African American. We didn't even know that before the ancestors came to us and sent us this divine counsel that we have. And we're sitting on it. We're sitting on it now. And it is alive, it's a living, breathing organism. And I'm here to tell you, blessed love, blessed Wakaba, A, B, B, C, they done lied about the alphabet too, y'all. Such a shame, isn't it? Such a pity. But guess what? We're fixing it, and you can consider it done.
Figured the storm would come first. In the midst of it all, for the curve, you were still down in recourse. Celebrate devil's love, just try it, you'll get wet. The weight is on you, heavily coming through to carry it on. Just try it, you'll get wet. The weight is on you, heavily coming through to carry it on. Treat it like a sandstorm on a desert night, a water well that never dries. I watch the moon shine like earth, wind, and fire. We hot now, 10 toes on the battlefield. They collect on your soul. Never let go your soul, don't you let go. Don't try it, don't
Reverend King, you
get wet. The weight
Oh
is
yeah,
on
yeah.
you, heavily coming through to carry it on. Just try it.